Hi everybody, Cindy Hartzell with Hartzell Confidence-Based Horsemanship, and this is the riding video for the video series of we're working on two topics. We're working on the 6 things horses do naturally: go forward, backwards, left, right, up and down, meaning walk, trot, canter, and then down. So the transitions, the gaits, the transitions of the gaits. We're also working on the power of patterns. And I put these two together, as I said in the other 2 videos, because it's really important to be able to communicate with your horse in getting them to do all 6 things that they do naturally, but to do it willingly as your partner and in harmony with you. And patterns are a great way to practice that because it gives us something to focus on and helps us to think ahead, have a plan, think about what comes next. How do we tell our horses how to do that? It makes us better leaders and it helps them to become better followers. So we're going to work with Dakota on these 3 different, actually it looks like we have 4. We're going to work on the zigzag. We have 2 cones at the far arena for the 8 pattern. Then we have to the far side of the arena, we have an L set up, which we're going to play with that. And then these, at this end of the arena, we have 4 poles set up that we're going to play with. So as I'm going through these patterns, I'm going to be working on those 6 directions and helping my horse to do them smoothly with me on top, trying to do my best in communicating with her on my asking her 4 quarters to come around, her hind quarters to come around, her to move forward, her to move backwards. Remember, going backwards is hard for a horse for several different reasons. They can't see directly behind them, or they can't see, they lose their vision behind them from right about here where the hip is behind them. So they have to have a lot of trust in you to go backwards, as well as in the world of horses, the subservient horse backs away from the alpha horse. So it's a very submissive maneuver for them, and they don't always want to give it up. So as always, the first thing I'm going to do, sorry, I have an itchy eye. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask her to give me her lateral bends. Can she bend her head to the left and hold it, not just take it back? If I release my reins, can she hold it politely? There we go. Can I get her to go? Can I get her to give me? She's a little bit harder on this side. I'm pulling, she's pulling against me, so I'm going to bump and ask that nose to come around. Can it hold? If I loosen the reins, can she hold her head there? Very nice. Now I need to know that I can do that at a standstill, or how am I going to do it in motion? Now the next thing I'm going to ask for the hind quarters, the left hind quarters, to disengage. She's pulling against me. See how she doesn't now? She's coming. So I don't pull, and if they're pulling against me, I don't keep pulling. I ask politely. If she doesn't give it to me, I start bumping. I ask that nose to come around. I tickle her with my heel. Ask for those hips to go. I like to make a full circle. That's my emergency brake. Now I'm going to ask that nose to come around. She's pulling against me, so I'm going to bump, milk that nose around politely, and ask for the hip. There we go. When I know that I have that going on, I'm just going to take, as we're warming up and she's getting used to everything in the arena, me on her back, Bruce at the camera, I'm just going to walk her around and warm her up a little bit, make sure she feels good in the saddle. When I was warming her up on the ground, she was doing a little funky maneuvering like she does when her back is out. So I want to make sure that my horse is feeling well before I ask her to do things. So I might just come through here and do a little maneuver around these cones. Let her get a feel for them. Let me make sure I'm loosening up my back. I'm breathing. I'm relaxing. Make sure that I've got her wanting to tip her nose for me. There we go. And she's acting a little bit like she's got a bad back, an ouchie back today. So we'll see what we get done. If we don't get it done, we don't get it done. There's always tomorrow. There she goes. She's relaxing and blowing out, lowering her head. Not a girl. Let her see all these things in the arena before we start getting too focused on things. Make sure that my horse is warming up. Make sure that I'm relaxed. Taking those nice deep breaths. If I'm taking short, shallow breaths, she's going to take short, shallow breaths. Make sure that I'm doing the best that I can as her leader before we start asking for too much. Might walk her through this L just for the fun of it. She hasn't done it before. I don't know if I've ever done the L with her before. Let her see it. Good girl. There we go. Might walk through these poles. So I'm just walking around these obstacles with the intention of just letting her see them. She's looking at her buddy. She's not looking at the cones. She's going to stop at her buddy. I keep calling the poles cones. Walk her through these poles a little bit. Let her get a feel for them before I ask her to go to work. So, as I'm warming my horse up, I'm not only thinking about, me loosening up and breathing and relaxing and connecting with her. I'm watching her body language. Her head's coming up, her ears are coming back. She'll often do that when she's got a sore back. We rode yesterday. It wasn't strenuous, but who knows? She could have twisted her back in the pasture. I'm also making sure that I'm working on my training and my bonding. I'm bonding with her as much as I'm training. I'm making sure that I have my horse, that whole being of my horse. Do I have that spirit, heart, and soul connection? My spirit, my soul essence connected to her soul essence, core essence. Do I have her physically? Seems like she might be sore in her back. The way she lifts her head and hollows her back might have a sore back. Do I have her mentally? She keeps putting her ear on and off of me. Tells me I have her mentally, but I can feel she's a little preoccupied. Do I have her emotionally? She seems to be pretty agreeable, but she does keep doing some short, choppy stuff. Make sure that I'm loose in my mind, body, mentally, emotionally. Am I connected with my horse? And then, if we think about the training circle, I feel some tension in my neck. I might take a moment to release it. I think about the training circle, which is unity. Are we connected, our heart and souls? Respect, is she mentally connected and working with me, or is she giving me a lot of resistance? Emotionally, impulsion. When you add impulsion, which is speed, you awaken them emotionally. So I might bring her up to a trot. That's going to tell me if we've got a sore back. The way she's acting, she acts like she's got a sore back. When she has a sore back, she acts like she wants to run out from underneath me. She throws her head a lot. So when I add impulsion, you bring up the emotions. The way she's throwing her head, that's usually her telling me that she's uncomfortable. So we'll see how much of this video we can get done, you guys. I might not get it done. But it's the well-being of the horse that comes before anything else. If my horse is telling me I don't feel good, I'm not going to make her do it. I'm listening, girl. I'm listening. Can we just do this video, or are you too uncomfortable? I know. So she seemed to be able to handle it emotionally. She seems like she's warming out of it a little bit. Alrighty, I think we're ready to drop into some patterns here. Alright, so we're going to go over here to the zigzag pattern first. Just listening to my horse for a moment, you guys. So when I say I'm listening to my horse, what I'm going to point out to you guys, because this is important, and this video may be how to know when your horse isn't feeling good. So when I say I'm listening to my horse, I'm paying attention to her steps. Are her steps nice and even, or are they short and choppy? This is short and choppy. She wants to stop. I'm listening to her head. They tell you a lot with their head. If their back is uncomfortable or they're in pain, they're either going to bob their head if it's a limb. If it's their back, they're going to turn it side to side like they're trying to tell you. That really hurts. Her ears go on me. Her ears go out like Eeyore. Her head goes down. She wants to keep stopping. These are all things that are telling me that my horse's back is not feeling good. Now, how do I know it's her back versus her limbs? Well, I just told you. She keeps going side to side like, hey, could you get off of me? Instead of up and down, limping. The up and down goes to the rhythm of the limping limb if she has a sore leg. Now watch her steps. See how she keeps wanting to stop on me? Watch her ears. Her ears go back like they're irritated, and then they go out trying to listen to sounds. But they're not back like she's angry. They're back like she's got discomfort. She also does that a lot when she keeps heading at my feet. She'll even bite them when she's trying to tell me that her back hurts. So we'll see. I'm not convinced that I need to get off of her, but I also want you guys to see that I know. See, now the other thing I want you to notice is when I start walking, see how her head is going up high? And when she puts her head up high, I can feel her arching her back underneath me, moving away from my sits bones. So we're going to try a couple of these things at a walk, and we'll see how we do. The reason that I'm hesitating is because we're a partnership, and if I ignore my partner telling me she's not comfortable, yeah, we're not going to do this video today, you guys. If I ignore this horse and I push her through this pain, going, oh, you know, I can tell you're uncomfortable, but I think you can just buck up and do this. Am I honoring my horse as a partner? Am I putting her well-being first? If I'm asking her to trust me as her leader and her partner, and I ignore what she's telling me and I make her push through pain, is that the kind of leader she's going to really trust? and she's going to really believe in. If I want her to be my partner and take good care of me up there in those mountains, she's biting at my left foot. If I want her to be my partner and take good care of me out there on the trail, I want her to listen to me. I want to be able to trust her. And if I'm not willing to put her well-being first, how can I expect her to want to do that for me? And you know, some people might call that anthropomorphizing, but it's not. It's a relationship. And I am always going to tell you to please put your horse's well-being before any other thing. And so I apologize that I'm not going to get this video taken today for you. But if you're a part of this program, I think you're going to completely understand and hopefully even appreciate the fact that I'm putting Dakota's well-being before the purpose. So we're going to call that the end. I'm going to get on the phone tomorrow morning and hopefully get Mickey Doyle, her chiropractor, out to get her adjusted. And we will pick up maybe on Wednesday.